What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and this is Tutor Analu. For today's video, I'm going to share to you a life update. So, well, I am an English tutor, but I'm not going to share to you about my life as a tutor, but I'm going to share to you a good news sa aking buhay. So, baka naman sabihin nyo, anong pakialam ko sa buhay mo? But it's just worth sharing, and I hope that you'll be rejoicing with me sa good news na I'm going to share. Alright, so before we jump to the good news, let's talk about the bad news first to emphasize the good news actually. So, actually, in my case, last videos, I've shared to you kung bakit maraming tagdayawat ang tumubo sa mukha ko, and that is because of my PCOS. I am diagnosed of having PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome. So PCOS is medyo common siya sa mga kababaihan, problem with their ovaries na merong mga small follicles sa kanilang mga ovaries that cause them na hindi nangingitlog ang kanilang mga ovaryo. Yan, that's my problem. Kaya, I've been married for almost 4 years na sa aking gwapo na asawa, and wala pa kaming anak for that span of time. Actually, I had an experience of miscarriage during sa una, so it somehow caused a trauma. In my case, every time I have missed period, it caused a trauma in my case. Kumbaga, I would say I was so running every time I had missed periods. Yes. And due to my PCOS, maraming tagyawat ang tumubo sa mukha ko. And there were situations or instances na, I'm sorry, not comfortable with my seat. So, there were instances that I had missed period. So, during an experience of having a missed period that day, I went to my OB-GYN. Nagpunta ako sa aking OB-GYN and I opened up about my situation. Niresitahan ako ng aking OB-GYN ng gamot, pampadugo. And I had my period at that time. So, now naman, I had my missed period. And, okay, it's not really now, but, few months ago, last October, I had my missed period. So I started to panic. And the first thing I did was I told my husband, "Dear, please give buy for me a pregnancy test." So I had my first pregnancy test and it was negative. So because it was negative and with the PCOS in mind, I started to scrub the floor. I did some exercise, dancing, um, what something strenuous. But then I still didn't have my period. Then the next week, I also told my husband, "Okay, dear, can you buy for me another pregnancy test? Because if it's going to be negative, and I'm not going to travel because the next day with that is Sunday, and we will be having our church somewhere quite far from where we are staying at that time." So I told my husband, "Please buy for me a pregnancy test." And I had my pregnancy test and it was still negative. But then at that time, we already decided somehow to still go to my OB-GYN to check how my PCOS has gone serious. Kasi it's been I'm always teaching. So as an online teacher, my lifestyle is really, it's not really good for people with PCOS somehow, because I'm always sitting. I don't exercise. Well, it's up to me to exercise. It's just that my schedule involves teaching during daytime, so I don't have time for exercise. That is the case for me. I'm not generalizing this, okay? I'm just saying that regarding my situation, that's my lifestyle, and that's the case. So hindi ako nakapag-exercise masyado. So then now I got my missed period. I went to my OB-GYN and I told my situation. This is a new OB-GYN because somehow hindi ko gusto yung old OB-GYN ko. I'm sorry to you. But I feel like I like this new OB-GYN kasi she's recommended by my friend. Babae ito siya, very caring. Unlike nung una kong naging OB-GYN na medyo ano siya, um, how to describe her, but it's it's who she is. It's my choice to have a new OB-GYN. And when I went to the OB-GYN, I told my struggle about pregnancy, my miscarriage, and everything na share ko sa inyo. And then she said, okay, we'll be having pap smear. Pap smear is a check whether a woman has a cervical cancer. So I had my pap smear. And then after that, I had my transvaginal ultrasound. I'm sorry for my terms, but yeah, so transvaginal ultrasound. So when I had my transvaginal ultrasound, it was a pleasant surprise. My uh, OB-GYN said, "Oh, ma'am, you are pregnant." And when she said, "Really?" I don't know what to feel at that time. Actually, I was really literally shaking sa sa bed. I was sa bed ng ano during my transvaginal ultrasound because bumalik sa isip ko those times that I was scrubbing strenuously sa floor. Actually, I bought some beer para daw kasi yung according to them, kapag nag-inom ka ng beer, it would um, regulate your period, but it didn't. So I was reminded of those times, and I just realized that my baby really somehow kumapit talaga. And thank you, baby, for that. And so that was the good news. And I would say, guys, the good news is I'm now pregnant. So my OB-GYN said, you can go back to me after 2 weeks. So, bumalik ako sa aking OB-GYN after 2 weeks to confirm whether this okay lang siya, and I had my ultrasound. So now I am now 9 months pregnant, guys. So, well, I'm going to share to you the other parts of my pregnancy journey as well. Sa susunod na, kasi I would say it was not really an easy journey for me. Let's just focus on the good news first. Kasi that's the most important thing. And I think if I could get something out of this experience is the fact that if it's God's will, after all, I'm getting emotional. After all na running times ko, after the times na I was so like the desire to really have a child was really there. But if it's really God's will to give you a child, He will really give you. Oh, guys, I'm getting emotional, really very emotional. And that blessing made me very thankful that, actually, okay, this is something I could share. Because of my PCOS, somehow it gives me a picture of my womb like it's very dark and life is not possible there. That's a picture. Can you imagine that it's just so dark? But now having pregnant for 4 months already and having the news of pregnancy for the first time, it was like my black or dark womb turned to something green saying that life is now possible. So, yun yung naging experience ko at that time. So, I hope that you will be rejoicing with me, guys, with my good news. I'm sorry for ending this video with this emotional state. I hope that you will be with me throughout this journey as well. So, in these videos, probably on my next videos, I will be sharing you my life as an online tutor as well as my life as mom. So, that would be my journey. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.